my lovely friends, this is Ravina and today's homemaking video is going to be pet organization. I'm going to be sharing with you two of my pets' favorite dishes. I'm a firm believer in eating fresh food, home cooked food, and knowing what's inside the food that we're eating. And that also extends to everyone in my family, including my dog, little Miss Zoey. I don't believe in feeding her anything that I would not eat myself, with a little salt added to it, of course. Now, Zoey is a multi-poodle. She weighs 4 kilos, and so she should eat about 400 grams of cooked food every day. I divide this into 2 meals. We feed her lunch at 11 a.m. and dinner at about 7 p.m. Her lunch is slightly less than her dinner, as dinner has to see her through a longer period of time all the way to the next morning. So ideally, lunch is 150 grams and dinner is 250 grams for her. Of course, you can do a half and half depending on the activity, the time of feeding, the breed, as well as the health conditions of your dog. Now, every time I make something, I make enough for 2 or 3 helpings because I don't want to be cooking for her every single day. So let's get started on the first recipe, which is a warm stew. For the stew, I use half potatoes and half sweet potato as the carb, and I add in carrot cubes, turnip cubes, and chicken pieces. The first thing is to chop up all the vegetables, including the potatoes and sweet potatoes, into cubes. I use 50% chicken, 30% potato mixture, and the balance 20% is veggies. Now, to get started, add a teaspoon of either coconut oil or olive oil into the pan and saute the chicken till the outer coloring is white and you know it's cooked. Then put in a small amount of water into that and allow it to come to a simmer. This will create a sort of a broth and make the base of the rest of the meal. I also add in some fresh coriander, which is excellent for your dog's breath. And into that, I add the veggies and then cover the pan. This will allow the vegetables to get steamed instead of boiled, and it will give it a much better flavor. The chicken flavored broth that we created will also flavor all the rest of the vegetables. Now we're going to cook the whole thing until it's soft, add in some cumin powder, and mix well. At the very end, add in some cornstarch paste, making the liquid thicken and stick to everything. This is honestly pretty similar to the stew I'd make for my children as well, and it is a warm and comforting meal for my puppy too. Now the second recipe is more of a soft rice dish, so I started with some cooked rice. You can use brown or white rice for this. Once again, I just start by chopping up all my vegetables. Today I'm adding some cauliflower, broccoli, and baby corn. I'm also dicing up half an apple into small cubes, which I will be adding later on. I'm using minced mutton for this recipe, but you can use any meat you have on hand, like chicken, pork, or beef, or a combination of meats. First, I'm adding a couple of sprays of olive oil into my pan, and once that's heated, I add the meat. Add in some rosemary and cumin. I tend to put cumin into most of my doggy meals because it is an anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. I also put in thinly sliced baby corn and a mixture of any dog-friendly vegetables that you have at home. Now on Sunday when I made this meal, I had used brown rice instead of white, and I had added in asparagus and some cheese. Now when it comes to cheeses, most cheeses are not high in lactose, so they're quite safe for dogs. But you would want to stay away from cheeses like Parmesan because of the high salt content. What is really great about this recipe is that you can switch the veggies to make different combinations. So it's literally you can use anything that you have lying in your fridge. Be sure to always check that the ingredient is dog friendly though. I add herbs and spices to all the meals I cook for Zoey. Spices are generally beneficial to dogs, though of course not all spices can be used. You will want to avoid garlic and onions at all times, and even paprika is best avoided. Once it is cooled, I combine the meat mixture with the rice and then add the apple slices. This is just to add a little sweetness. I just have these little glass containers I bought from the dollar store, and they're perfectly sized to portion out Zoey's meals. I generally like to make a couple of things and then portion them out into servings for the rest of the week so that Zoey has a good variety of nutrition and interest in her diet. I hope you have gotten some tips for cooking fresh food for your dog. And if you're planning to give these recipes a try, be sure to upload a picture and tag me on Instagram at Ravina at Home. I'm sure your dog is going to thank you and me for this. And if you have enjoyed this video and want more dog food recipes or desserts, please leave a comment and give this video a thumbs up. Until we meet again, happy homemaking.